For the past year, I have pushed myself to actually sit down and work for 8+ hours a day. During that time, I had to figure out what actually keeps you focused that long and what just burns you out by lunch. Now I'm going to share those with you so you can benefit from them too. Why should you listen to me? Well, I currently work a 9 to 5 job while also training myself and a few others at the gym most evenings that adds up to well over 8 hours of real, focused work a day. And somehow I still have energy left by the evening. So I decided to give this YouTube thing a shot as well. So, the first thing is, there is no trick or hack that lets you focus for 8 hours without any effort. You still have to put the work in. It will probably feel hard at first, but you can make it a lot more sustainable by structuring your day properly. Let's get the most obvious one first. Stop treating your day like one giant work block. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can sit and focus for 8 straight hours. What you actually want is 4 or 5 separate sessions of about 60 to 90 minutes each, with real breaks in between. Once you drop the idea that you're supposed to be some focus machine grinding through an entire workday without stopping, the whole thing becomes way more doable. One thing that has worked really well for me is figuring out my own peak hours and protecting them. Everyone has a time of day when their brain is sharper, with more peak energy. For me, it's mid-morning. Yours might be completely different. So, track it for a week or two. Notice when you feel sharpest and put your hardest task exactly there. Don't just copy whatever some guru on YouTube tells you your peak hours should be. Test it yourself. Another big one is taking breaks before you actually feel like you need one. Most people wait until they're completely drained to stop, but by then it's too late. You've already been running on empty for the last 20 minutes without noticing. So, set a timer. Every 60 to 90 minutes, stop, no matter how good the flow feels. Simple. Now, what about the most simple focus hack of all time? Just powering through without a break. Well, you'll squeeze out a bit more in that one session. But the next one pays for it. And honestly, so does the one after that. You're not saving time, you're borrowing it from tomorrow. I think there is a better way. Actually, leaving your seat during your break. Not switching tabs up. Actually, up. Standing, moving, eyes off a screen. I stand, grab water, or step outside for 5 minutes and leave my phone sitting on the desk. I was skeptical at first because sitting back down and scrolling felt so much easier. But trust me, the difference by session number 4 of the day is massive. It becomes so much easier to drop back into focus after a real break. It can also help reduce eye strain, mental fatigue, and that heavy, foggy feeling by mid-afternoon. So for such a short amount of time, the benefits are huge. I would definitely do this instead of just scrolling through the break. Another one is building a re-entry ritual for after every break. So what is a re-entry ritual? It's just a small, fixed routine that gets you straight back into work mode instead of drifting. For example, mine is sitting down, closing every tab except the one I need, and typing the first sentence of whatever I'm working on before I let myself check anything else. Making a re-entry ritual is not hard. You can make it very simple, but it stops those 5-minute breaks from quietly turning into 25-minute ones. Another thing that helps is eating in a way that doesn't wreck your afternoon. A huge lunch or something loaded with sugar will tank your focus for the next hour, guaranteed. I used to eat whatever was fastest around midday because I did not have time to think about it. And honestly, that was exactly why my 2 p.m. sessions always felt impossible. So now I keep meals smaller and steadier throughout the day, and the afternoon slump barely shows up anymore. And lastly, probably the most important one of them all, know your ceiling and actually respect it. Some days you have 8 hours of real focus in you. Some days you only have 5, and that's completely normal. It is easier to keep showing up tomorrow when you don't force an 8-hour day out of a 5-hour body. It becomes much easier to avoid the kind of burnout that takes weeks to recover from. So please make that a priority. Well, those are the things that made me focus for 8+ hours.